we'll start our weekly press conference. Colonel Averill, how are you doing this morning?
Doing real fine, thank you.
Good to see you.
Better than I deserve. But I'm Ron Averill from the Centralia area. What I wanted to announce is that, you know, I sit on the Cascade Mental Health Board, and we've had planned for some time. We actually got some money from the legislature to build an ENT facility for mental health people, particularly those that would otherwise go to jail to get them off the streets. We currently have no beds in Lewis County, so whenever we have a situation of this nature, we have to take them to Cowlitz County or Thurston County or somewhere like that. The facility will be in the Centralia Port on Steelhammer Road, right behind the brewery, which is convenient. But we're doing our groundbreaking at 12:30 this afternoon at the port, and we'd welcome someone out there as we groundbreak for this very important facility.
I believe it was on our agenda, or
our calendar.
Calendar, and we will be attending. Thank you, sir. CJ.
Hi, CJ Near Packwood. First, I want to make sure that everyone is invited to the Packwood Mountain Festival this coming weekend. Saturday and Sunday are the big days, but Friday also there's plays by the Roxy Group or Fire Mountain Arts, and a fun run and food and all kinds of fun. So, second of all is I have been taking a lot of phone calls regarding, and I know it's a state highway, but Highway 7 is, we need to encourage the state to do something. As you know, a lot of us on the east side travel that highway to go up to Auburn, Tacoma, etc., and it is bad. It's getting as bad as Skate Creek in certain areas. So I had told people that I would bring that up today.
Yeah, I actually attended. Thank you, CJ. And yes, we've got a big event in Packwood this week, and so I know that everyone's looking forward. I know a lot of people. I will be up there Monday or Friday and Saturday, and I know that Commissioner Jackson will be doing a radio is that what you call it, Commissioner Jackson?
We're going to do a remote up there on Saturday for Discover Lewis
County.
County.
A lot of fun things going on. So looking forward to that. And yes, I attended the Lions Club meeting 2 weeks ago at Mineral. And matter of fact, I talked to Eric, got some information from them. They are going to start, I believe they're starting to use Cold Patch now, and then in July, and correct me on this, Eric.
I got an email from Colin Newell.
Yeah,
and he said, yes, they are going to be starting construction on Highway 7 in July. So that's just where they're at in their construction schedule, but hopefully that'll make things a lot better.
Yeah, and he did indicate, and I did talk to Colin too, they're going to be doing some patchwork in between then. And I did tell him I will see if we can get, I don't know how, I know that there's a website, but maybe if we could contact Rosemary at the Journal there and see if we could get that information out. And we'll see what we can do to make those connections. So, yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I wanted to make a comment about ATVs. So,
yes.
Just a quick update on what we're doing. I did have a meeting with the sheriff and the prosecuting attorney, or representatives of his office, a few weeks ago, and we went over lots of different roads that might be options. We did kind of some real preliminary sort of talk about including some roads, not including other roads. It's all preliminary. Nothing's been set in stone. But we do have another meeting next week. I have another meeting with the sheriff and with Glenn Carter, and we're going to go over some of the outcomes of that meeting, and then talk about where we're going to go from here. And then obviously if we need to try to schedule a tour, we'll work on that as well. So it's being worked on. It's not like you said, Commissioner. It's not something we've forgotten about. It's not something we've left behind. We are actively working on it, but it is with as many people and as much good input as we want to have, it's a little bit time consuming. So apologies for that, but it's not in any way being ignored. It's actively being worked on. So.
No, and I have talked to them, the guys individually too, and they understand. So, yes, and I appreciate it. I know that you guys have been, along with all the other projects you're working on, you've been working on this one too, so.
Couple, yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
so thank you very much.
Thanks.
Commissioner Fun,
Yes.
any comments?
I was going to say, we talked about Highway 7. Well, on Route 6, Rainbow Falls Park is reopened. So we're really glad about that. They had some issues there, and we collect a lot of lodging tax dollars from them, so I'm glad they're open so people can come there. Last week, I attended the Washington State Transportation Commission meeting, and Eric was there along with some other staff to talk about what was going on in Lewis County in terms of transportation, bus system, tourism, using transportation. So I was really pleased that they came to Lewis County, and we promoted it, and some of them really didn't know what our county was all about, other than I-5 goes through it, and Highway 12. So it was a good one.
And I think probably my, take from the meeting is, it was all the things that we understand and the complexes that we have in this county, I think it was very good for those individuals to hear that. And I spoke to Eric a little bit about it too, as, they obviously are not from Lewis County, so they don't understand some of the challenges we have, but it was good for them to be able to, like anything else, have a face-to-face and talk to the people from the tourism industry and talk to Public Works, and the guys, everyone did a really good job presenting too. I was really proud of that. I was only there for the afternoon session because we had meetings in the morning, but everyone did a great job, so very much appreciated. I know I had some conversations with Eric too about it a little bit, so it was good, and Tim and I sat together and commiserated, I guess, a little bit. So yeah, it was very good though.
I'd like to add two more regarding that meeting. It was great that Jim Kramer from our consultant involving the Flood Authority talked about the flooding, and he brought to home it was more than just I-5, and I think they really got a true picture of what it's like and the challenges for us. And I mentioned what was happening in Windlock, and that we have $1.5 million in the capital budget for the property from Windlock up to the Benaroya property for infrastructure, and then it wasn't in the House budget, but it looks like it is. And Paul Parker, one of their staffers, said he was not aware of that project, so we'll be sending him some information about that. Right, Eric? You and I can do that? So.
Okay. Commissioner Jackson, any comments?
Just looking forward to this weekend up in Packwood for the festival. I think it actually kicks off our entire festival season. And so we're going to be going up on Friday and spending the day Friday and the day Saturday, and hoping for good weather. It looks like we hopefully will get some good weather this weekend. So it's a fun time of the year. If it ever stops raining, it's going to be a lot of fun. So.
And it's just interesting this time, I think at 10 o'clock on Saturday is the parade at Packwood, and usually we're at Vader, and Vader this year is not having their parade or their festivities. So you lose one and we added another, so should be good.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? Okay, well, thank you for being here this morning.
You are invited to immerse yourself in the beauty of nature in all four corners of Lewis County, Washington. From our fields to your table, farms in the west share their bounty. Limitless landscapes, forests and mountains beg to be explored in the east. Fish our many rivers and lakes in the south, and discover where history and culture intersect in our twin cities. Explore it all by visiting our Facebook page and plan your next getaway at discoverlewiscounty.com. Culture, history, and adventure all come alive when you discover Lewis County.